Controls will begin on Monday at the Polish-German border. Almost 2 years have passed since Germany introduced controls at the Polish-German border. It took Donald Tusk the same amount of time to introduce controls on the Polish side.
Przywracamy czasową kontrolę na granicy Polski z Niemcami.
We are reinstating temporary controls on the Polish-German and Polish-Lithuanian borders. The decision was made today. For organizational reasons, it will come into effect on Monday, July 7th. The German chancellor quickly cooled down the announcement of major actions. Friedrich Merz corrected Tusk's words and emphasized that the controls would be joint. We are talking to the Polish government about joint controls in the relevant border areas, both on the German and Polish sides. I can only say that there is very close, very cordial and friendly cooperation between the heads of government, that is, between Donald Tusk and myself, as well as between the interior ministers, because we want to solve a common problem together. In my opinion, the only explanation is the existing agreement with Germany and the fact that Donald Tusk is politically dependent on the German side. Therefore, it is unclear whether border controls will have any effect. It cannot be the case that on Monday there will be border controls, while at the same time we will continue to have cases of illegal migrants being brought into Poland, as has been the case so far. Opposition MPs point out that this is in Germany's interest. It was not the border guard that raised the white flag. It was Tusk's government that raised the white flag, because it is pursuing German policy objectives, not Polish policy objectives, acting in the interests of the security of its citizens. The Penal Code directly refers to actions against the interests of the state. Article 127, Coup d'etat. Section 1. Anyone who, with the aim of depriving the Republic of Poland of its independence, detaching part of its territory, or overthrowing the constitutional system of the Republic of Poland by force, undertakes activities directly aimed at achieving this goal, shall be subject to imprisonment for a term of not less than 10 years, a penalty of 25 years imprisonment, or a penalty of life imprisonment. Section 2. The same penalty shall be imposed on anyone who, in collusion with a foreign intelligence service or a foreign organization, or on their behalf, commits an act specified in Section 1. That is precisely why I believe that no such written agreement exists. Donald Tusk is too experienced a politician. So there is no signature? Of course not. Such things often happen in international politics in an understated way. But the expectations are clear. Meanwhile, the migration problem has been growing for a long time. The government was preoccupied with imaginary stories. It focused on finding grounds to invalidate the presidential election. At the same time, our security was being increasingly undermined. Questions continue to arise about how many illegal migrants from across our western border actually end up in Poland. The Polish Ministry of the Interior and Administration provides the following data. Readmission from Germany to Poland, 2024, 357 people. By June 22nd, 2025, 89 people. Scale of returns from Germany to Poland under the Dublin procedure, 2024, 331 people. By June 22nd, 2025, 225 people. Meanwhile, the Minister for Civil Society, who has recently revealed her existence, provides slightly different data. This year, the total number of people who came to us from Germany is 314, but the number of people whom Germany did not allow to enter is over 3,200. You have provided data for this year. In 2024, there were 9,369 people from Ukraine, Afghanistan, Syria, Georgia, and India. Where does this discrepancy come from? According to the German authorities, now that we are starting our checks on Monday, we will have our data. After all, the border guard is not hiding this, and I agreed with the minister that we are dealing with a wave of illegal migration. This is data from the German Ministry of the Interior. Since May 8, 2025, the federal police have sent back approximately 1,300 people at the German-Polish border, of whom approximately 130 were asylum seekers. How does this look in a broader context? From January 1st, 2024 to April 30th, 2025, a total of 18,904 people were identified at the border with Poland who had entered the country illegally via the German-Polish land border. A total of 11,398 people were rejected at this border between the beginning of January 2024 and the end of April 2025, and 406 people were deported. This is chaos caused by the government. The effects and consequences of this will be much worse than we might think, because Germany's migration policy will be tightened. Decisions are being made there to ruthlessly remove illegal migrants from Germany. Where do you think they will be transported to? They are already being transported to Poland. This is also a consequence of the European Union's policy, which for years has been accepting millions of migrants in an uncontrolled manner. The fundamental mistake of EU policy is that we are not adequately securing the external borders of the European Union, in particular those in southern Europe, through which people from Africa and Arab countries are entering. And that's not all. Unfortunately, it will get even worse, because on July 1st, 2026, the Migration Pact will come into force, which is in fact a suction pump that will make migration even greater. Here in the Parliament, it is even said that this is like putting out a fire with gasoline. Along with the Migration Pact, the principle of take them in or pay will come into force, up to 20,000 euros for each illegal immigrant not accepted.